Hello Mystics, welcome back to our channel right here. So as you can see from the title, we're gonna have a bit of a chit chat right here since I have this has been on my mind for the longest time since um, I promised that we'll always have this sort of chit chat where we'll always find chapters in books that I'm currently reading. I've always want to share all of the things that I'm reading with you guys that I think will be helpful for all of us. So before we go towards the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here. It will help us out a lot and we appreciate it a lot. And of course, don't forget as well to like, share, comment down below what you want to see from us, what you want to see from the channel right here. I always love seeing all of you guys' comments. So comment down below, and without further ado, let's go. This is why I don't like shoulder length clothes because I tend to do this a whole lot. So I started reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie here. I've learned of this book following the Gem Goddess here on YouTube, and she recommended that book, and I always love self-help books in general, so I started reading that. And the first chapter in there, the fundamental thing that he is teaching right there to win friends and influence people is to be less judgmental, and not just with other people but with yourself as well. And I feel like that is a very interesting topic for me to share with you guys before, because I think like one way or the other we have always been judgmental of ourselves, especially, and sometimes we do it unconsciously to other people as well. How can we be kinder to ourselves? So I have all of my notes right here, so if I look like I'm reading in here, it's because of the notes that I have. But yeah, it says in here, and I feel like I've read through Carl Jung, that everything that irritates us about our people says a lot about ourselves and is a tool for great discovery. And I feel like that is a great quote that I feel like all of us should have, is that sometimes there's a lot of things that we see from other people that leads us to certain judgments that can have a lot of things within ourselves that we can know. And I always have this quote in my head that what comes around goes back threefold. So if we pass on judgments to other people a whole lot, just remember like on how it comes back threefold. Like everything we put out there in the universe comes back to us threefold, and judgments is one of them. So that's why we always want to have, or at least send, positive affirmations through the universe to other people and to ourselves as well. So I have listed down in here top 5 things on how I bend that mindset, and on my research how you can better mend that mindset, and of course have a very high vibe, positive outlook in terms of how you look at yourself and how you look at other people. So the number one thing in here is having self-awareness and observing your thoughts. And I feel like we always have, like I said in the beginning of the video, is that we always have triggers within ourselves. And I find this with myself sometimes, is that whenever my mind is going into judging someone, instead of going there, I analyze like what's triggering me to judge a certain person. What are they doing? What is something within me that that feels the need to judge, okay, or to say something. And I've been observing that, writing that on a journal, because most likely something about ourselves needs to heal, needs to be understood, okay, in that direction. You know how sometimes we talk about what a person shouldn't do, what they should do, what I would do in that situation, all those types of things. I advise recognize the triggers that you have, why you think a certain way, why you think that another person shouldn't do this, like what triggers you to have that kind of mindset, and focus on that instead of passing judgment into yourself and to others. Okay, so that's something of a healthy way. So the second thing in here is develop an interest in people and with yourself. How we approach certain people, like we always see the surface level of things instead of what their story is, what prompted them to do something like this. Sometimes we tend to forget that, and sometimes we tend to think about that ourselves. Instead of knowing the reasoning towards the things that we're doing, we tend to jump into the conclusion of, oh, because I'm not doing enough. Okay, is one big thing in this book right here. When you develop interest in people, you develop empathy with them as well. Therefore, okay, having this feeling of not judging, instead, you put forward understanding, and that comes with yourself as well. So if there's something within yourself that you think you didn't like, instead of telling yourself and having to put judgment in yourself, you put forward understanding, okay, understanding why you did a certain thing and how you can make it better. So there's always a reasoning for everything. There's also always a story with everyone. The third thing in here is learning to accept others, learning to accept their differences, and that includes you. Okay, so sometimes we tend to forget that each of us have different personalities, have different quirks, have different likes, and we tend to always when someone is not within the norm of who we are, that's when judgment comes. If we have that kind of limiting thinking, that, oh, because you're not the same as me, we don't have the same likes, not just because you like chocolate chip mint ice cream and I don't like it, means that I can pass a judgment on you. That's a very simple type of explanation in there. When we have that kind of expanded mindset into thinking that, oh, everyone is not gonna be like me, okay, we will have less judgment on other people, less judgment on ourselves as well. Like, you'll think to yourself, like, I have my own personality, I have my own thing, I have my own quirks, and I accept that for who I am. And therefore, you'll be passing less judgment to other people and passing less judgment to yourself and having positivity all around them. So the number 4 thing in here is focus on support, okay, and seeing the best in everyone. And I feel like we always, I don't want to think that the generation that we have right now, but based on what I'm seeing, is that we always tend to post things that someone did that is not the paint, that doesn't paint them in the best light, or something bad that they do. And if we just focus on support, okay, having kindness with everyone and seeing the best in everyone, like looking at someone, even if they're doing the best they can, even if it's not I don't want to say, because I feel like everything that a person does and they're doing the best that they can is very beautiful. And I feel like if we just have this mindset, okay, that we need to see the best in everyone and everyone is doing the best that they can, I feel like we don't have the energy to pass judgment, especially in yourself. If you learn to be your best supporter, and sometimes I always say this to my clients, is that you're always asking from support from other people. And I know this within myself because I have the tendency to do that sometimes. Again, when we're only human, and we fail to realize that sometimes we have to be our own best supporter more than anything else or anyone else. Once we learn to support ourselves, to support the things that we do, to know that we're doing our best, okay? We're putting love and ourselves on it. We'll never pass judgment on ourselves. And we're always doing that, we're always gonna say that we're doing the best that we can, and therefore helping us support other people as well. So the last big thing in here for you mystics is always put love and compassion forward. If we care enough in the world to always put love and compassion first, okay, it comes understanding before even judging, okay? And I feel like there's always perfection in certain things that are not in line, you know, in chaos. There is something in there that is perfect that we're not seeing, okay? We just have to look at it in another perspective, like seeing where the person is coming from, where you're coming from, because you have love and care for one another. And that's a very big thing, mystics. I'm telling you, like having to have that love and compassion. And I'm gonna tell you, it takes practice, okay? And I feel like even now I'm always like catching myself, you know, oh, I shouldn't say things like that, I shouldn't think things like that, even with myself. And having that awareness, okay, is the big thing ever. So with that last part right there, always put love and compassion forward in everything that you do, everything that you see, and you'll open your heart to more positivity, and therefore coming threefold again for you. So there you go, mystics. That's gonna be my video right there for you. So I hope you have gotten some key points in that, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it a lot. And of course, before you go, subscribe to the channel. Again, I would really appreciate that a lot. And I will see you mystics next time. Happy holidays, you guys. Oh god, it's 2022. Let's welcome the year with a lot of positivity. So there you go. Stay safe, mystics. Love and light. Bye.